Hi, I'm Coach Cheyenne. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to do part 3 of the Masters series. And today it's going to be about what to wear. What do you wear when you go to the Masters? Now, there will be 3 hot tips that I've done previously as well. So we're gonna do 3 more today for what you should be wearing when you're going. And trust me, you need to listen up because I wish I knew these 3 tips when I went last year to the Masters. So let's get started. Hot tip number 1 on what to wear to the Masters. The biggest thing that I can tell you is comfortable shoes. I know you know this because you hopefully have watched my previous videos on what to do as a spectator at a golf tournament that I've done and what to wear in a golf course. If you haven't seen those, at the end of this video, make sure you see those. But you need to wear comfortable shoes. I don't know how else to say this to you, but make sure they're not brand new. You have definitely broken into them. 1000% no flip-flops. Augusta National does have a dress code that you do have to abide by. I believe they don't go too in detail about shoes, but just wear really nice sneakers. Don't have holes in them. You could also wear golf shoes. So my suggestion is A, comfort. B, a high second suggestion / B is make sure that there's some form of like waterproof shoe. Even if it's a golf shoe, even if it's a sneaker, make sure that it is waterproof because it does rain. When I went last year, it rained on us twice, 2 full days. So I highly recommend comfort, then waterproof of some form. And I know that people don't really think about this, but make sure your socks are comfortable as well. Sometimes, well, not sometimes, I have been a victim of this as well. When you wear really low ankle socks with like a higher shoe and the whole back of your ankle has peeled, I'm definitely a victim of that. Then you're finding band-aids and trying to figure out how to do that. And there's so much walking that you definitely don't want blisters on the back of your ankles at Augusta National at the Masters. If you're going multiple days, hot tip, I would even buy or bring a second pair of shoes so you can kind of alternate because sometimes you might get blisters from one shoe just from being outside for too long. Okay, we're done with shoes. Second tip on what to wear to the Masters is layers. I made a mistake. I always tell you to wear layers. And I wore layers in the sense of staying warm. So I had polo or like a collared shirt. I had a first layer and then I had like a sweater or a jacket on. What I didn't account for is thunderstorm and rain because the Weather Channel did not show that. But over there, all of a sudden you can have a full rainstorm within seconds and the weather app won't show you because you can't have your phone with you. So weather over there changes. It could be sunny, then you get a little bit of hail and then you get rain. So you just have to be prepared and ready for that. So my suggestion would be yes to layers, but more importantly, some form of like a thin wind cheater or one that has a wind cheater and protects you from the rain would be something that I suggest that you put on top of as your last layer. So not only layers, but wind / raincoat is what my suggestion would be for number 2. So you have comfortable shoes, you're protected from all the weather gods that are gonna come your way. And then if you don't have it, and if you were a victim like I was, because one second it was hot and sunny and you're wearing your polo, and the next second I had to go to the store and buy myself an umbrella as well as a rain jacket. And the rain jackets are not the cheapest. They're great, but they're definitely not the cheapest. So I had to go and buy both of those. So that's why I recommend that. And my third hot tip on what to bring with you to Augusta National is a bag. So if you've watched my first two videos of all the hot tips about what to do at the Masters, I talked to you about going to the store and buying a hat, which you would have already had because you've watched my first two videos. And if you haven't, in the link below, in the description below, you'll find two links of the first two videos, which make sure you watch those as well, because I give you great tips on what the concession stand has and what I wish somebody told me about the concession stand, as well as 3 of the biggest tips I wish anyone would have given me before I went to the Masters. So make sure in the description below, there's 2 links. Watch that, or at the end of this video, I will also have it at the very, very end, so you'd watch. But if you've seen that, I already talked to you about having a bag and or buying a bag. Now, my biggest thing with the bag is, what are you going to have inside? Because if you have a small bag like this, there's only a certain limited items that you can bring with you. We all know no cell phones. So this bag currently does not have a phone because I'm recording with my phone. So in here, what do you have? This is prime real estate. So these are the things that I would suggest that you take. Rain or shine, you need chapstick. Your lips are gonna get chapped because you won't drink enough water, even though I've told you that you need to, and you're gonna be dehydrated. Your lips are gonna be burnt from the sun or hydration. So if you have any kind of lip chap or chapstick, I would say put that in there. Another thing that I know that people don't think about, but I have, and I was so happy that I did, was a pen and paper. Because you don't have your cell phone, you meet some really, really interesting and cool people there, and you need to exchange phone numbers or write a note. Or for me, I had a little piece of paper of all the gifts and presents that I wanted to buy for my friends or family members at the store. I couldn't remember everyone's size, so on there I had their name, what I was going to buy for them, or an idea, and their size. So that little piece of paper was in there. I had a couple extra pieces of paper and a smaller pen. When I met really cool people and we wanted to exchange Instagram handles or LinkedIn or any kind of social or phone numbers, I would write it down, and every single person was shocked. They're like, oh, that's a genius idea. So if you do have some form of a bag, and if you're a person who likes to network and meet people and small talk, myself, then that would be one of the hottest tips for you to have with you. Other things people also have are business cards, just as effective. But sometimes if you know that if you've met somebody and you give them your business card, but you want their information and they don't have their card, because you know you're gonna follow up with them and they're probably gonna lose your card or they're drunk or etc., then you would want a pen to make sure you write their information down, which is why I suggest paper and pen. So business card, paper and pen, chapstick, a credit card. Even though I always tell you to carry cash because cash is king, credit card at the Masters is really, really important because everything is so easy and tap friendly there. They've really, really nailed it. But God forbid, if all systems go down or if a cashier goes down and you only took a credit card with you, how do you eat? How do you buy? How do you shop? So just have enough cash with you, at least so you can get by with food and drink, so you have something to eat when you're there. Cash, chapstick, pen or paper, and or a business card. And last but not least, the reason why you have a bag with you in what to wear at Augusta National at the Masters is because this handy dandy piece of paper is a little bit like your gold. Why? It has the map, which you would have seen in the last video about concession stands. So it tells you where the restrooms are, concession, first aid, where if you wanted to do shopping, where you can find security, all that good stuff. But on the back, it's really important because it tells you all the players that are coming through their tee time, what group they're in, and any other little things. Like down here it says the etiquette that they'd like you to know about, and people that are invited but not participating, honorary, non-competing. I mean, that stuff is just nice to know, but you're gonna want to know the tee times, because when you're at a random hole and Tiger Woods has just gone by, or you want to know where Tiger is, if you see another player, then you can look out here and say, okay, I need to now head to 15 because Tiger's on 10, and by the time he comes to 15, it's gonna be packed. So you have to strategize on where you need to go by looking at the map and then looking at where the players are. So the reason why you also have a bag, or you grab multiple of these, is because you will lose them, because people put them in their back pocket and it falls out. You put this in your bag and then you're the hero, because everybody will ask you, who's next? Who's coming up? Where are we? And then you can just whip it out and you can be the hero. Okay, so this is when you first enter. You will see them, they have them right over there, and everyone's grabbing one of these, which is your map, because you don't get to have your phone with you. So you have no electronics. So this is your savior. Also, everyone at Augusta National, when you enter or in the grounds, is extremely nice, really knowledgeable, and everyone can help you. It's insane. Their training is impeccable, because I've asked a lot of random people that are nowhere close to where I need to go, and they tell me exactly how to get there. And their signage out there is actually in the golf course really, really good as well. So those are my 3 hot tips on what you should be either wearing or bringing with you to Augusta National. If this helped you, make sure in the comments below you let me know that it helped. If I'm missing anything that you think that you would want everyone else to know that I missed out on, let people know down there as well. If you have any other questions from any of my videos, let me know. And if you're going to be at Augusta, the Masters this year, 2023, let's try and link up. Leave a comment below or DM me on Instagram at Coach Cheyenne. If this video is helpful, you already know the drill. Click the like button. And if you haven't subscribed, just head over there and click that red button and make sure you subscribe. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.